Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the finest Dawn of War Unification cast this side of East Yorkshire. And today we've got a 1v1 on Vile Reef. Playing on top side as the Praetorian Guard, we have got Huntington. And playing on southern side as the Witch Hunters, we have got Axel. Axel will be opening up with a melee combat squad, double fire support squads, a repressor depot, a sentinel powerlifter, and a couple of plasma generators. Whereas Huntington will open up with but a singular squad of irregulars, a soldier's mess, and a generator. So here we are on Vile Reef, and what a vile map it is. It's one of the orange maps. Not a huge fan of the colour scheme for the orange maps, mainly because, well, it's just a bit garish, a bit hard on the eyes, isn't it? But yeah, so we've got a big opening space in the middle, lots of manoeuvring potential for some vehicles, and side lanes going on. We've got a relic on this bit, and over here as well, some negative cover, so this one will be a bit harder or easier to defend depending on how you look at things. And everyone has got a slag deposit and a critical location in this little chicken wing kind of junction down just in front of their bases. Now we are seeing the Witch Hunters go for the tried and true Repressor Depot add-on opening. So we'll be seeing a tier 1 tank, which the Praetorian Guard might struggle with. But double plasma generators implies to me that they will be taking up as quickly as humanly possible. Also only going for a singular squad of irregulars. So actually maybe taking up might be a bit slower for them, because it'll take them a longer while to capture all their bits and bobs, but certainly no aggression will be held from the Praetorian perspective for the moment. Whereas I imagine Axel will be looking to get that tank out and trying to conquer as much of the central map as humanly possible. Do look at that. Even though I've got the blooming high terrain detail on, this map still has this weird kind of, you know, you can see where the texture square is. I don't know if they're called texture squares. That's what we're going to call them. That is what I am going to call them. Also, by the by, if you're watching this on the day that it is released, Happy Easter. Hope that all of you and yours are doing well in your neck of the woods. Or if you don't celebrate Easter, then what are you doing, heathens? Or, no, I don't mean that. Don't mean that at all. Anyway, here's a Arbites Fire Support Squad. Here they come in. We're going to capture the relic, bringing forth a lovely little flag with skulls and fire and such. And the Welsh irregulars ready to see what they can do against these lads. They won't be doing much damage, but there are 9 of them in comparison to 3 fire support people, and they are busy capturing a relic. So maybe this is the rare time where the irregulars can actually do some bits and bobs. Here they come, setting up. I mean, they're quite deep in the water at the moment, but thankfully they're not getting their guns wet. That's the main thing. Last thing you want to do. And actually getting a kill, my goodness. They've done it. Send that praise back to the valleys as the fire support squad runs in terror. But then, oh well, yeah. No, the Welsh will struggle with a tank. They always did traditionally. Tank comes on in, scares them away. No problem whatsoever. Over yonder, we know some regulars causing some issues for the melee combat squad. Unlike the irregulars, they do require to stand still for a little bit. And their firing rate is a lot slower, but the amount of damage that they bring down is remarkable. Especially when firing up against other infantry squads. But one stun grenade is... Oh no, it got cancelled. Is that how grenades work? Sorry to say, grenade has switched off because you're dead now. Maybe that's how it works. But the repressor just going to go from north to south, east to west. Also packing a fire support squad in there as well. Plenty of shotguns to knock these guys around. So the infantry, yeah, really struggling against this combination of units from Axel. Huntington will need to be getting some sort of extra gubbins online. He's going tier 2 there, 85% already. Are you going tier 2, Axel? You are indeed. You're a little bit further behind in your tiers at the moment. Well, as they say, these tiers don't fall, they crash around me. Oh, that's a reference. Bet you naughties kids will get that. I wonder if they're still going on, Bullet for my Valentine. Oh, good lord, these poor regulars. Put them out of their misery. There we go. Leaving flawless on you as they die. Current economy is 80 and 30. Compared to 80 and 30, my goodness, my gracious. Even Stevens across the board economically. Which is surprising considering how slow the Praetorian were at capturing all their stuff. But the central points are now free and easy to be taken over by the witch hunters. Well, there's still only 3 men. Only 3 men capturing this. Obviously got the lads over here capturing the relic on the top side, which is pretty fun. Regulars opening fire with their grenade launchers at the fire support squad. Does give them a little extra range to hopefully avoid those shotguns. And we'll actually potentially get one dude dead. There we go, full squad wipe. Over there, our Arbites post has been popped up, so no one's going to be decapping that anytime soon. We also have a wonderful anti-tank team to open fire on the tank. Got a flamer on this boy. And, oh, I love that. That's one way to kill a squad of regulars. Just charge your tank straight on into them. Well, a few tanks in Unification that can actually do a ramming attack. It's very nice. We'll probably want to sort out these anti-tank teams ASAP, as the Praetorian anti-tank teams are just phenomenal. Just rock out 3 last cannons, quick as you like, but managing to escape with but a sliver of his health. 128 left over. What are you going for in the form of your tier 2 stuff? You are going for a Order Hereticus chamber. That's where you'll get your Arco-Flagellants. And I think you get your assassins from there? Question mark. It's not the building that you get your sisters from. Also going for a Sororitas vehicle facility. Now I don't know if going for 2 different production buildings at the same time with this level of economy is what you want, but you have saved up a fair bit of money. You've also got that thermoplasma generator, which unlike other factions comes with this free self-defense disco fire spinny thing, which is quite fun. Quite a little fun thing. A Bi-Sentinel Powerlifter being caught out of position by the regulars and the anti-tank team. Shaken down. And so the Arbites post here is actually going to be cancelled for extra money. Which makes sense. I quite like that. No point in losing more economy trying to defend and build something that probably won't finish. Fire support squad attempting to do something, not sure what. One dude here didn't quite get the memo.
We are the guardians of the Emperor.
Maybe he was just thinking, right, well, so it's a lost job. 2 of you, sacrifice yourself for the greater good while I do other things. There we go, double Arco-Flagellants. Quite swift, quite nimble. Remarkably good in close combat. Not sure if you're able to pop them inside a repressor. It would be incredible if you could. Oh, tier 3 straight off the bat. Right, you've just basically paid lip service to tier 2 before going off and about. With a Griffin 4 Pattern Chimera twin-linked Gatling gun. Plenty of firepower in the Praetorian Guards tanks, as with all Imperial Guard factions. Might see the thermoplasma generator if possible. Oh, we've got Judge Dredd. Our Arbites Lord Marshal, he's here. Quite a cool looking model. I'm not sure if this is Unification being Unification, or whether the Arbites is very heavily Judge Dredd themed, as I know that Games Workshop do tend to steal a lot of ideas from other IPs. Well, I like it. You know what? This gets a thumbs up from me. I'm down for it. Arco-Flagellants, primarily their focus is to destroy other infantry units, not exactly amazing at killing tanks. And the heavy weapons team, one benefit of them is that they are able to be popped inside of chimeras, now losing their thermoplasma generator as well, as the Flagellants can't quite keep up with them. Not to be confused with the Arco-Flatulence. Very funny, Miss Landshark. Very funny indeed. Griffin will just fall back into the loving arms of the Orc Bunker, as the Praetorians do make use of the Blood Axe mercenaries. Which might confuse some of you, but no, it's definitely canon. As far as I'm aware, it's definitely 100% canon. Imperial Guard do make use out of hiring orcs every now and then. Arbites Lord Marshal being slowed down by the mighty guns. It's definitely a more damage dealing kind of chimera regulars coming in just to get in the way, apparently. Oh no, you've gone inside the Griffin. Before it falls back. And you are Inquisitor Obi-Wan Sherlock Colossae. You're just a reskin, aren't you? Yes, you're just a reskin of the regular Lady Inquisitor. You know what? I'm a fan of the Lord Marshal. Not necessarily a fan of Inquisitor Obi-Wan, but whatever. Okay. We do have the Nephilim jet fighter up in the air, sniping out that Chimera, but the repressor tank has also gone down. Doesn't particularly scale well in the later stages of the game. Arcoflagellant's running roughshot over absolutely everything. Tank teams being killed, but so too has the jet fighter. And now we've got a vulture gunship as well, so a little bit of airplay from both factions here. The Lord Marshal going to struggle to stay alive if he keeps on pushing in. And the Praetorian Guard do have to rely on some sort of ARC bunkers if they want to keep their regimental statues up and at them. Unlike other factions, when you upgrade your regimental statue, it doesn't start firing away on auto fire. You've got to kind of plan some sort of firing attack pattern through a orbital bombardment or something. It's quite good, but you know, for a protracted defense, not amazing. We've got the Caldaris assassin. She can switch off enemies firing. What's going to go infiltrate and such? There it is. There's the including fight. Oh, and a venom assassin. Believe it or not, does a lot of venom and poison and such. Primarily focusing on doing damage to other infantry units, as opposed to the Caldaris assassin. Who? No, you do the same, don't you? Yeah, both these guys, or ladies, should I say, are primarily anti-infantry, whereas the Eversor assassin comes and rocks the boat with everyone. And might I just say, I know we probably can't see him very well for building in the way, but damn fine model all the same. The vulture gunship attempting to sort out the Eversor, who dies relatively quickly. It's not the tankiest of boys, but absolute demon in close combat. In fact, yeah, we've just got like a little combination of all sorts of assassins. Yeah, I like this. I mean, the Praetorians will go for more vehicles. I don't think assassins are the way forward, but it's cool. We'll take it. I always think go for whatever is cool rather than whatever is good. Oh, there's some commandos off in the rafters, capturing the relics and such. Good economy is 104 and 80, compared to 98 and 70. So the Witch Hunters do have a slight advantage in the economy. Oh, we'll have to watch from the Witch Hunters' perspective, just to get the visions on the Eversors and such. Commanders cannot see them, I'm afraid. These guys will be absolutely smashed up. There we go. Big uppercut. He jumps on in. Beautiful stuff on the Eversor. Definitely my favourite of the assassin orders. Huge vibes, man. Huge vibes. Got Tank Commander. Cream of the crop when it comes to the Praetorian mid-game tanks. You can either get the Vanquisher, which is more vehicle and building orientated, or you can get the other one. Demolisher? Something like that. And your job is to... well, the other tank kills a bit of everything, really. I mean, he's just so cool, isn't he? Just look at him. Go get him. Go get him, Tiger. Yeah. Beautiful. Fantastic kill animations as well. But Tank Commander saying no to that noise. I'm going to run over here and see what he can do. Lord Marshal is back out. Nephilim jet fighters focusing the Tank Commander. The Orc Commanders are still knocking around, being supported by the Grenadier section. Grenadiers are going for some snipers. If they can snipe out a couple of these assassins, that'd be a major bonus to them. Bugler bringing forth the music, slamming down the tunes. The Eversaw has been taken out. The assassins have been spotted. Bugler able to spot things from a distance. But I mean, I'm not sure why. Maybe it's just because it's got a keen ear. And a couple of individual fights going on at the moment. Assassins versus the boys. Tank versus the jet fighter. Both vehicles are being repaired by their respective builder units, but the Nephilim jet fighter just seems to have the edge on the tank commander, especially when you've got an extra lad coming in. The rest of the grenadier has been chased off by the assassins. Even the convicts, no match against the overwhelming firepower of jet fighters. Bless them, they just committed some crimes. They were just doing their best, you know, to get back into the wider community and such. Well, there we are. But you can't capture things with just assassins alone. I don't think you can. Unless the Lord Marshal can. No, fair enough. Oh, right, well, that's a Shadow Sword. That is a big old tank. And I mean, as good as assassins are, you can't assassinate a tank. That's just how tanks work, I'm afraid. The Shadow Sword, slow firing rate, but basically just deletes units. More specialised towards killing other vehicles. This is your anti-Titan option, really. But yeah, he just basically says, nope, none of this. Units here, but I don't want them here, thank you very much. Lord Marshal gets a little zap on him, so we'll switch him off for a little while. Doesn't seem to switch him off at all. Well, there we go, you're dead. It's a problem for you. Never saw Assassin. Absolutely mental. He's not scared. He knows no fear. And yeah, okay, maybe the Eversaw can assassinate a tank. Maybe. The jet fighter's attempting to get in there, but will not survive any kind of assault from the Shadow Sword. And oh, Kyria Draxus, you are the... You've got like a little dragon with you. And I think... Oh god, what do you do? Hold on, let me see if I can remember without looking at the tooltips. You are like you're like an anti-psyker woman with stuff, if I'm not mistaken. You are anti-demon and commander, sir. So, but you're still not anti-tank. That's the main problem you're having at the moment, Axel. Is that there's a big tank knocking on your door. That being said, though, a bit of damage been done. Got the Scout Major with his little skull probe, coming to snipe out anyone, cause him some issues. Jet fighter guns, and you know what? This is probably maybe not a bad idea. Just to fly on in. If you can't kill a tank, try and kill something else. Maybe you can force the Praetorian back in some form of base trade. Because at the moment, what else have you got? The Lord Marshal coming out, more jet fighters, but nothing comparable to the Shadow Sword. You need to absolutely make sure that the convicts are dead. Because killing a Baneblade-esque tank is hard in itself, but it's also being repaired by convicts. Difficult as well. And, oh dear, the jet fighter got killed by the anti-tank team. That's a problem. Anyway, another Eversaw. We'll eventually win. Just keep on sending as many of those guys as possible. That is the way. Yeah, doesn't seem like the little dragon friend can be targeted neither. Which is pretty cool. It's just heroes on heroes. As many commanders out as he can. More convicts come to the fore. Grenadier section continuing to support. The Scout Major getting some long-range shots in. Grenades been thrown onto the convicts, breaking the morale, which means that they can't repair anything. They refuse to work. They've gone on strike. Like the trains in England, they just don't work half the time. And now the Shadow Sword is actually at half health. So maybe this is going to happen. Maybe you can assassinate a tank. I've seen crazy things happen on the channel before. Lord Marshal being set ablaze by everything. Fire and brimstone. And the Grenadiers, one man is standing. We now have another assassin coming out. Here come the fleet of jet fighters. Can they kill the tank before time is out? Oh, they're attacking two separate things. More focused fire. Now we've got the tank busters infiltrated, coming on in as well. Oh dear, oh dear. It looked like a potential last stand. Well, not necessarily even a last stand, like an actual defence. That's what we called them, isn't it? I don't know if he's able to shove off the Shadow Sword. Here comes Neversaw. And he's giving it a go. He's really trying. Got Alfril, Strain Commandos. Pale white as he plays. Taking out the last of the Calidus assassins. Shadow Sword now on red health. Got more Nephilim jet fighters coming out. But I mean, one shot, one kill on those fighters. Maybe some Celestians might have been an idea. The Orc Commandos just kind of stand there. Mind their own business. And Axel, that is all that was said and done. So yeah, we got to see lots of really cool units from the Witch Hunters. Just probably not the units that you wanted to see against unit composition that Huntington went for. Wonderful board control at the beginning of the game, looking into the relics and such. But yeah, not quite able to keep on top of them. And I don't think he was able to really capture the relics for long enough to be able to get some sort of economic advantage over the Praetorian Guard. We just decided, right, we'll just skip Tier 1, go into Tier 2 as quickly as possible, get these anti-tank teams to ruin the Repressor tank, and go from there. So there we go. So cheers, boys and girls, watching at home. And if you want to support the channel, have a look at the old Patreon. £1 a month gets you once a game a week. And there is also a Discord where Discord things happen. Links in the description as always. As been Mr. Landshark, pleasure's always never short. And I'll see you in a bit. Peace.